Zep, are you able to do the timer or
Yeah,
shall
I found how to do it. I need to change
okay,
the tone, so it's the microphone detected.
perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. Well then let's get this party started. So obviously I want to praise Sam and Paulo and Fabi and the whole Common Swarm team that got us to this point. We froze the hatch. Major praise to Adria for doing the last final code review. Which is basically already done, but he just has to do one last little, check all the last minute changes that we made. And now the Hatch smart contracts are completely frozen. So major praise to all the work that happened there. I also want to praise Olivia, Santi, and Mateo for all the work that they are putting in to get source cred going. It's they're off in their own little world over there doing magic, and it's so critical for our success post hatch. I want to also praise Nate and Ata for jumping in. Nate for jumping into the case study work that is being done on our process, so that future comments can learn from everything that has happened here. I'll is that my time? Okay, I'll pass it. I want to praise Katie and Mitch for the awesome blog post, and I'll pass it to Katie.
Great, great, thanks. Does everybody hear me okay
Yep.
this time? Super, thank you. Okay, I would like to praise Livia, Griff, Chewy, Tam, Craig, and Sam for helping with the blog. I'd like to, did I say thank? I'd like to dish praise. I always do that. I'd like to dish praise to Lauren for her great energy. I'd like to dish praise to myself for working my ass off in incomprehensible ways. I'd like to praise Evo Mensch for great onboarding today. I'd like to dish praise to the Params team for the dashboard, Wesley for token log, ViViV for onboarding help, Letty for the Omega meditation yesterday, Ivy for the invisible support, Jeff and Jess, YGG, and Octopus for the data analysis, and Dan for his availability to help, and Nate for his perspective. I'll pass it to Eduardo. Woohoo!
Thank you, Katie. I want to dish praise for that amazing background that Livy has. Like, I love, like, it looks so elegant, like you're like in a fancy
Oh,
restaurant.
totally, totally.
I want to dish praise to Tam for our one-on-one sessions are always enlightening. I want to dish praise for Ivy, sorry, for her work on helping syncing the sheets for impact hours receivers and so on. I want to dish praise to Craig for the same work. It's amazing the work that he has pulled behind the scenes. I want to dish praise Farhan for seeing you here after coming to the AMA call. I want to dish praise to Shui for his work on comms. Also Nate for always bringing this sense of calm to the call. Your voice is like so calming every time you speak. I want to dish praise lastly to YGG for his amazing work on his sessions. I came to the day at 8 a.m. and he was working on Params live. So kudos to him. I will pass it on to Libby.
Thanks. I just dished all my praise into the praise channel, so I'll read as much as I can. I dish praise to Tam for her incredible and continuous work grounding and organizing us all. Praise Jess for her multiple arms working simultaneously to move projects forward and connect aligned initiatives with her unique warmth and passion. Praise Zept and Ivy for their consistent dedication to transparency and documentation. You both do this with an incredible level of quality and legitimacy. I praise YGG for his expertise, focus, and sensitivity looking at the praise data, and also for being super responsive and bringing everyone points to the conversation. Praise Heater and Crystal for an insightful and energizing stakeholder interview for Longtail Financial. Praise Nate for jumping in the TEC case studies with disposition and curiosity. Praise Atta for his dedication to the case studies. Oh, my time is up. Okay, there's more 20 phrases I dished there that you guys can look at. And I'll pass to Mitch.
Hey, So praise this week. I'd like to praise Tam for making sure my TEC swag gets to the right address. Praise to Chewy for leading communications group. Praise Griff for leading the discussion and planning for the next Commons dashboards. And praise Ivy for all of her work around Twitter planning. And I'll pass it to Tam if she hasn't gone.
I haven't, and I'd be happy to go. So praise IVIV for deploying the new GitHub issue templates, tackling on the forums, just always thinking of new ways that you can help and contribute. It's really just such a pleasure working with you. Santi, because there's not a lot of happening in legal right now, but you know, he's not a lawyer, but like a lawyer, he's on a retainer and he's always there when we need him. So praise to you, Santi, for that. YGG, Octopus, Angela, Jessica, Jeff, Zarg, Olivia, Griff, Juan, Carlos, everyone involved with applying research methods to the unique data set that we have, which is our praise, which we've gathered over the last 8 to 9 months. Zeptimus, always so bright and positive. You always bring a smile to every call. Sam, I know you're on your own personal hero's journey. I think you're at stage 7. You're approaching the inmost cave. And everyone else on the Commons Forum team, congratulations and kudos for your amazing accomplishment this sprint. Katie for the blog post, Craig for your data wizardry, Livia for your cultural leadership, Eduardo for leading the Hatcher campaign, and everyone on the Params team for everything that you did. And are you ready to do it again for the Commons upgrade? And I will pass to Nate. Did you go?
Yeah. So I want to praise Livy and Atta for onboarding me into the case studies. I want to praise Juan for all the work he's doing with Gravity. Chewy for really just leading comms and just taking the role and becoming a steward, which is great. Applaud you. Katie for the blog post. Mitch for the blog post. Tam for being the agile champion of this community, Zepti for all your work in transparency, recording calls, Griff for just being an absolute leader, Eduardo for all the Hatcher Out group stuff that you've been doing, Santi for all the legal work, and I will pass it to Zepti.
Thanks, Nate. Yeah, I want to praise to Sam and Paulo and actually like the Common Swap team for freezing out for freezing the hatch. I want to praise to Fabi because even if he's super busy, he was looking the data on the bot and he's trying to fix some issues it have when it's leaving. So thank you, Fabi, for that. I want to praise to YGG because of his energy and also Sam for the calls they do for the bonding curve and they are already working on the Commons upgrade. I want to praise to Santi and Sean for all the legal work. I know it's almost done, but you guys did an incredible job, and even when we're doing comms, you're still there to say what we need to do. So thank you. I want to praise to Katie because I see like all the people is super happy on the one-on-one. So yeah, I want to praise to Tam because you do all the work having us together. So thank you, Tam, and I'll passing to Mensch.
Hey, everyone. Well, first of all, praise for the person who came up with this praising. I think that's a really, really great idea. And before I get to personal praises, I think I also just want to praise the whole entire field that you kind of have built up here. I'm new, and it's always a bit, it's always a bit navigating and kind of feeling the water when you enter a new community. And so, and I can just say that it's actually been really, really great. Just both digging into like the underlying values, etc. So that's just amazing. Again, multi-days, I don't know, is a thing. But a personal praise definitely goes to Katie, who onboarded me this morning, and that was like a really, really warm welcome and a beautiful walkthrough, and really taking the time. I think almost like an hour and a half or something like that. So that was just great. Septimus also, we've had brief interactions. You were also in the Param party. It was really, really, really welcoming, and it matters for people with like not technical background as I do. So yeah, praise all over. And I'll pass it on to, I don't know, can someone raise their hand who hasn't yet been going?
You can take us. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, good. Chu Garcia 92. I hope that I didn't butcher your name there.
No, that was perfect. Thank you, Mensch. Okay, I had to write them down this week because it's a personal record. Jess and Marco for supporting and setting a high bar that pushes me to do a better job. dOrg for being him. His contributions make all the difference in the community and makes us see things from other perspectives. Acid Laser and Les Canore for all the preparation this week to fuel comes up. Griffin Tam for being the best leader someone could hope for in a community. We're so lucky to have you. Livia, Solsista, and Letty for Omega and the safe space you provide to the TEC. Nate, Mitch, Katie, and Manu for all the support in improving comms. Juanca and Diran for Gravity can praise enough a program that would make such a big difference in DAO drama. Santi and Sean for being so ahead of legal issues that may arise. Septi for always having a contagious smile to share with everyone. Peter, Nogan, and Pablo for their work in the Common Swarm. Vi, Wesley, T-Wells, Adria, Sem, and Paulo for being true masters at their craft. And Mike Gilliland, Sherman, James Neer, Luke Duncan, Paul Haas, and YGG for representing kick-ass communities in the TEC. I'll pass it to Juanca.
Thanks, Chuy. Well, I would like to praise Mateo because of his work in the TC, in Giveth, and also in Ethereum Colombia. Today we have another event in 4 hours, so it's nice that we are reaching more with these topics to our local community. I would like to praise Livy, Angela, Solsista, YGG, Jeff, Octopus, Jess, Sep, and Sem for engage, and Sargam for engaging with the discussion around the analysis of praise. I would like to praise Griff for being the number 5 delegate in Gitcoin. I want to praise Tam for being the Stewards working group leader, and that's amazing. I want also to praise Lauren for inviting Gravity to participate in Giveth. Didan and Durgadas and Nate for being contributors in Gravity. And also I want to praise Suga, Vivi, Chewy, and Mount Manu because they are everywhere and they lift a great energy wherever they pass. And I will pass to Mitch. Have you gone?
I've gone.
Okay. Fahern.
Yeah. Hey, can you guys hear me? Yeah. Hi. Well, I suppose like this is the first time I've actually joined one of these community meetings, and first impressions are great because I love it how it just started with instant love just kind of being thrown around to everyone. That's wonderful. That's glorious. And I suppose if I wanted to give praise to someone, I would give praise to Liv, Suga, and Eduardo, because all 3 of them have helped me join this community, and hey, that's valuable. I'm excited to be here, and I don't know who to give the praise to in terms of like the next person, but like whoever wants to go for it.
I can take it. Acid Laser. And once we get near the end, it's a landmine. You know, it's hard. But Acid Laser still needs to come.
It's my turn. Yes. Oh, hey. Hello, everyone. This is my first community call, and I will help in the design area and Twitter and that stuff. And I would like to praise Chewy and Ivy because they are helping me a lot to get more involved these weeks and helping me knowing this world because it's so new to me. And that's all. And I hope to get more involved in this and be a good part of this community. And that's all.
Yeah, you can try. You can go for it, and I'll if you'd like, if you want to throw your.
And I will pass it to. Oh no.
Paulo.
Yeah, Paulo's a good one.
Paulo. Okay.
Yes, thank you. This week I would like to praise Vitor Martindale and Fabio Mendes for working with Sam on the TEC Convert. I also would like to praise Fiore for doing really awesome designs on the icons related to the hatch and the migration tool, and also the impact hours app, which are really great. I also would like to praise a big praise to Sam for finally freezing the hatch, validating, deploying, and pinning all the contracts. And I also would like to praise Fabi for taking some issues on the hatch connector and working with me. And yeah, I'll pass it back to Griff because I'm not really sure who's next.
No problem. I can sling it over to Nick. Are you there, Nick? Okay, if you're having mic issues, I'll send it to Pavlo.
Sorry, it took a second to allow access for a microphone.
No, you're on it.
Okay, sweet. I'd like to praise Libby for taking the time to explain a few things during one of the Params call, and also Soga, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry, for reaching out to me and being available for it when I need help as well. Thank you.
And then, okay, Pablo, now you can take it.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of new here also. I've been like this Monday I was in the Commons meeting, so yeah, I'd like to introduce myself here. I'm Pablo. I'm from Ukraine myself. I'd like to be doing like some dev work and maybe eventually some project management, and yeah, I like all this community thing, and I'm really excited about this. So yeah, I don't know if I can praise someone but if I can, then that would be Paolo, because he kind of introduced me here and taught me stuff. So yeah, thank you. And I'll pass it to I don't know who's left. Sam.
Oh yeah, nice.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Pablo. I will praise to Adria today. He has been yeah, he's great. I handled him the contracts, and he's going to be reviewing them, so he deserves the praise of the week. I don't know who has gone, so I will pass it to you, Griff.
Yeah, we'll sling it over to Santi.
Thank you, Griff. Thank you, Sam. I want to dispraise all the Impact Hours group, Jeff, Jess, Zargam, Sam, YGG, and Octopus. And if I'm missing someone else, just add it. I also want to dispraise to Sam and all the Gardens group who had already the hatching test, and for the 1 million token I got, man, that was amazing. And I also want to dispraise to Libby and all the people on the source squad, especially Libby, for leading these async calls or meetings that we're having to try to set the first distribution. I want to dispraise Nate because I always forget about him, and today I didn't want to forget. I want to dispraise Tam for her work week after week, Zepti and Ivy for the transparency, Juan Carlos for gravity, and Chuy for being the new steward. And I'll pass it back to you, Griff.
Perfect. I'll sling it over to ViViV.
I like to praise, and I'd like to praise Craig for all the impact articles that work that Craig does, because I didn't know about it, but like I think Craig is the only one minting them. I'd like to praise Tam for being a project maintenance ninja, always staying on top of issues and always giving feedback over work. I'd like to praise Sargam for referring to how metagame is storing user IDs, because that got me thinking about how how the source code instance data collection is going to store the data. And I'd like to praise YGG, Optimus, Jess, and Octopus for the praise analysis and all the insight that they gave me while on that. And I'd like to praise Chewy, Griff, Laura, and Mitch for all the memes. And I pass to Bilbao. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry.
Hi, Sebastian. I would like to praise, well, about all of you guys in no particular order, and in just in the general awesomeness of having to be here and taking the time off of whatever else you're doing to be part of this thing. And passing on to who else? Who's missing?
Let's throw it to YGG.
All right.
Hey everyone, happy Thursday. I want to praise Sam and Paulo, and I want to praise everyone who Paulo praised, because I don't know if you guys heard this. I heard Hatch Freeze. Is that what I heard? Yeah, that's amazing. This has been a long time coming. It's been a lot of work, so definitely praise there. I want to praise Tam for just always working so hard and showing up everywhere and keeping track of everything. Like, it's awesome. Praise Livia for being like a network connector, like a connective tissue for the community. Just I feel like she gets everything that's going on, and she's like a voice for everyone. So that's amazing. Praise Chewy for doing a really awesome job with comms. It's really nice to see everything that's coming out of there, meme parties and everything. It's so cool. And praise Juanca for just holding space everywhere in all the different sessions. Like it can be kind of intense for people on like the very technical side. It's nice to have that like neutralizing force to help people stay grounded. Also praise Johan. He's been doing some amazing token engineering. He gave everything his neck. He's having some like neck issues. He's been working too hard. So praise to Johan as well.
Thank you, Sean.
Oh yeah, and I think you just joined. I'll pass it over to Johan.
Yeah, I just joined 30 seconds ago. I was curious about what the call was. I don't have a context here, man.
The context is we dish praise. So if there's anyone who did something that you want to show gratitude to, you can dish praise. But I'll give you a second because Shebnem still has to go, and then you would be last. So you can kind of think like, who do you want to express gratitude for their work in the last week? But Shebnem, you want to go and give Johan a second to think about it?
I need a second too. So it's been crazy weeks. And yeah, I had a hard time to actually catch up and don't even pretend to stay on top of things. So I want to praise especially Letty from the working group Omega, kind of stepping in and be there, getting the direction, and everyone else as well. Livy, Chewy, I'm Kati, Septimus. So thanks for being there. Yeah, I think it's for me and potentially for other token engineers as well. It's really super interesting to have this possibility to bring our knowledge together and also exchange and some sort of almost a mutual support group. Is that the way I'm imagining it? Now, I hope you had enough time, Johan. I'm going to stop rambling now. So thank you everyone for being and making this possible.
Okay. Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I've never actually given praise before, and I'm very new to this community, so I just for starters, I tried praising Sean, and am I supposed to get a check mark there? It's not showing up.
No, there's no check mark in this one. It'll come later. We have a praise queen, Ivy, who writes everything down for us. So you have free reign just to go wild.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, don't mind me. I'll just think of more people to praise.
Well, okay, we have a new entrant, Craig. Do you have any praise to dish? Oh, sometimes Craig has mic issues too. Okay, Johan, last chance if you have some praise to dish, and then we'll get this show started.
Okay, praise Griff for his help and providing a welcoming atmosphere. That's what I have for now.
I knew that would work out. That's great. Okay, great. Well then, Craig, do you have any? Are you there at all? While I'm sharing my screen. If not, then let's get going. So thank you guys for the great praise session. That was a really fun one, as it always is. So if you ever want to, if you're feeling that you want to dish praise, you can dish praise in almost any channel in the Discord. But before you can do that, you have to have a praise onboarding. It's not really hard. It's just like just talking to someone and just saying, hey, what is this praise thing? Oh, okay, it works like that. Okay, great. So if you want to dish praise, please reach out. You can reach out to Katie. You can reach out to me, Tam. Any of the stewards can probably give you the power to dish praise. And also, we dish praise on Telegram. So join the t.me/te praise room to make it easy so we can dish praise to you on Telegram. That'd be really great. But this is our community call. So we do it every week on Thursdays. Thanks for coming. I'll be facilitating, Wonka will be moderating, and every time I want to remind people that we have this really great type form that if you ever notice any kind of weirdness between like anybody in the community or with you and someone else in the community, that's obviously the best. Please fill out the type form. Just like help us make the relational fabric of the community as strong as it can be. And if we catch some of these weird, awkward moments early, then they never become the problem. So don't be afraid to fill out this our gravity type form and tell us where we can transform any conflicts that come up. Of course, the biggest thing that I have to remind everyone is that we are actively choosing the final parameters for the hatch. Currently, the $1 million target goal is winning, and very close behind it is 83. It seems like it's becoming a two-horse race. So if you like memes, rock the vote. We need to get 8 back up there. If you want a strong, trusted base, 4.5 membership ratio is way behind. We gotta pump it. So get in there, rock the vote. We have one more week of, actually 5 more days of voting. And if you have a chance to come to a Param party, which I'll explain in the Params working group session, don't miss it, and you can be educated and debate the finer details. And with that, we'll just jump into the working group section. And of course, kicking it off, as always, is Tam on the Community Stewards.
Cool. So I'm sharing my screen. Awesome. So, wow, we have a lot of people here today. Excellent. So today is the end of our sprint 10. And at the end of every sprint, we do a sprint retrospective. And you can see here, we've been doing these for quite a few sprints now. And if you zoom in on sprint 10, we spent a few minutes talking about what went well this sprint, what we could do better, and actions to improve. And, the things that went really well at the Params party, of course, I really feel like the team is very in sync and has a lot of positive forward momentum. Things we could do better were a number of different things, but no one thing got the majority of votes. And then for an action that we want to take into the next sprint, it's to have more clarity around what impact hours will be after the hatch, sort of progress on that. Let me go to here. We do sprint planning and sprint retrospectives. It's on the calendar. Anyone is definitely welcome to join, but usually it's just the stewards who are doing all of the planning. Countdown to hatch. We created this new roadmap from the other one that was outdated, from a little exercise that we did to do all of the tasks that have to be done by working group in order for us to hatch, a launch checklist and a hatch readiness checklist. And now you can see it here. Here, I also put it here in the community update. There's a bunch of things that still have to be done. Probably the one that I want to emphasize right now is what Hatcher Outreach is doing, which is talking to all the people who have impact hours. We're individually reaching out to every single person because the impact hours, well, this is a closed hatch and only activated trusted seed members can participate. So that means we have over 300 people who have earned impact hours. Anyone that has activated their trusted seed membership will be allocated hatch tokens. Anyone that has impact hours and has not activated their trusted seed membership, those impact hours are lost forever. There's no way to get them back. The deadline is the first day of hatch. So we are reaching out individually to people to make sure that anyone who has impact hours is aware of this and has an opportunity to activate their trusted seed. So they'll be allocated hatch tokens. What else can I say about that? Params, their job is done. They did an amazing job, and now they're just waiting for the runoff vote. And Common Swarm also really killed it this sprint. The code is frozen. They just have a dress rehearsal, and hopefully that goes really well. And of course, they'll talk more about it when Sam presents the Common Swarm working group. We had something really fun happen this week in our stewards group. Chewy was nominated and accepted the nomination. So the process for stewardship is once somebody is nominated, there is a week where people can contest the vote if there should be a reason to do so, or anyone who wasn't present in the meeting can have sort of a say in it as well. And next week, he will be officially a steward. So congratulations, Chewy, and welcome to the stewards. All right, let's go here. What else do we have? So as Griff mentioned, the runoff vote is now closed on June 1st. We extended the vote for about a week, in fact, exactly a week, to encourage more participation, to have more time to reach out to people, to reach out to token engineers and hatchers and encourage them to participate in the vote as well. These figures are still the same. We have over 90 hatchers who've committed and over 400K in soft commitments to the hatch so far. Okay, one more thing. Yes. So contributors are wanted. During the stewards call, we sort of had what is our wish list? What does each working group need? What kind of help could we look for? And we have a list. I'm going to read it out as quickly as I can. Common Swarm really wants a tech PM. Params, token engineers and UX designers to make the Commons upgrade dashboard as amazing as it can be. SoftGov is looking for someone to do Gitbook organizing to help with source cred, and governance experts and anthropologists. Legal, more lawyers to have multiple points of view, and people that have experienced post-fundraise issues, so can help advise what legally we'll be looking at. Hatch Outreach is someone deep in the DAO community, a community builder to work with projects and interconnect them as well. Transparency wants help with internal comms. Gravity, psychologists, mediators, nonviolent communication and alternative dispute methodologies, peace workers, lawyers, comms, community and social media manager, and for the stewards, creatives, especially people that can take complex ideas and then make diagrams that are visually easy to understand, and project managers would be amazing. So come and see us about that. And with that, I'll pass to Santi in legal.
Thank you, Dan. That was an awesome introduction of our needs on legal. Actually, we're meeting tomorrow. We've started meeting bi-weekly. as we are almost done with the work for the hatch, although we expect to have some work after we launch. And on the last weeks, we finished with the proposal terms and the hatch terms way before that. And next week, tomorrow, we meet at 4 p.m. Central European time, and we hope to deal with some of the wording that we are using on the documents and on the comms for attracting hatchers and after hatchers when launch, attracting people to the DAO. So that's all from me. I'll pass it to Gravity, Juan Carlos.
Thanks, Santi. Sorry, I'm having connection issues, so maybe my sound is not the best. But
we hear you well.
Okay. Our weekly call is after this call, so if you want to join, we are always discussing topics related to conflict management and ways to prevent and to manage and to transform different situations that we live in the community that are normal. And the question for today is, when you can have whatever you want, the important question is, what do you want? So that's what we will be opening with after this call, because it's not like how are we going to get what we want, but really we are going to get whatever we want. So it's just to question ourselves, what do we really want? And we are opening safe spaces for everyone to express different points of view in the community, and it's a safe place for people to comment feedback and thinking to improve the community. And we are also working punctually in a survey to distribute in other communities, to get to know and identify needs related to conflict management, so that we can keep fostering this issue that we are talking about, that is the importance of being able to manage conflict within DAOs, for it to be seen as something that can help to improve the workflow and the flow of the organization. And so also that we don't let conflicts to take us away from our goals. So when you add the possibility of having conflicts to the equation, and you are able to manage it, then that doesn't become like a bottleneck for the project. So that's what we want to continue promoting in the crypto space. And we have made several posts, and so that the process is easily accessible for everyone, and that everyone has information on how is the process, how to access and how to request the service. So everyone is invited. And with that, I will pass to Hatcher Outreach.
So Eduardo's leading the two campaigns that we have going. So Eduardo, do you want to speak about them?
Thank you. Yes, as Tam mentioned, we are right now doing outreach to people who have impact hours, but they haven't applied to the Trusted Seed membership. So if any of you recognize that have impact hours, have received praise during this time, and you have not activated your membership, please reach out if you need help, if you need support, if you have questions regarding the process, just reach out. We are here to help. And then secondly, we are also reaching out to people who have impact hours, but they haven't activated the Trusted Seed or their membership. So we are seeing all the possibilities of people who are relevant, and we care about our community, and we want everyone who has worked at some level or has participated and contribute to our community to also participate on the hatch. So this is the efforts where this working group is going through, and that will be a little bit of this week work. So with that, I will pass it to Libby Safkov.
Thank you. So, yes, so the next SoftGov call, we're going to have the hatch voting results. So if you want to know in firsthand, come to the call. It's at 7 p.m. CET on Tuesdays. And so you have like this little time to vote. And we're also going to have another vote happening this weekend. Tomorrow, I'm hacking on a proposal with Sam to propose us using Celeste to the community. So we already are going to use disputable voting, but disputable voting is different from the full implementation of Celeste. And we're going to explain all of that in the proposal. So stay tuned for in the weekend having this this forum voting session. So we hope to post it tomorrow and have the results on Monday following the process we had for voting weekends for decisions that are like somehow quick like this one, and one that already passed through advice process. So you can click on that link and read more about Celeste. And if you have any questions, please comment in the post, and we're going to make sure to answer alongside this weekend to have the proposal going. And then SourceCred, Sam is our real hero of SourceCred this week, because he proposed we used what OneHive has, that is kind of a DAO for making all of the decisions. We've been making these decisions in a committee style, like not posting all of them into the open, because we assume the knowledge people have about SourceCred is very limited. So if you have any questions, if you want to participate in these decisions we're making with SourceCred, there is a chat on Discord. You can just jump in there and get more informed about it, and we can chat on an advice process type of way. And then we have the AMA calls happening. We had a lot of people joining this week. I think the questions about the hatch are starting to come. So please join. We have this space is for the communities, for everyone. And I'm going to pass to YGG because the lab has a very exciting announcement to make.
Thanks, Livy. So yeah, coming from the labs, there's been a lot of parallel developments happening. There's been the lab sessions that ran. There's been a CAD boot camp that's been happening with Blair and Peter and Lauren and a lot of others. And there's now some analysis that's happening on all the praise data. So I want to propose to the community that the formation of a new working group, which would be the labs working group. And so this would be a center for education, research, and analysis for the community on both the technical side and even on the governance side. I think that would be really interesting. So yeah, I think it's about time. There's been so many labs initiatives happening. I think it'd be nice for a working group to form around that and sort of work in between the Params and the Common Swarm and the Omega and SoftGov and communications working groups to fill that need for the community. And so I just I would be happy to champion the development of this and work with the stewards to form that working group. So yeah.
Woohoo! Super nice. Super nice. Cool.
Thanks, Sean.
And thanks, Livy. I'll pass it back to you, or maybe over to Sebnum.
Yeah.
For the Omega.
No, there's transparency first, so I'll pass to Zepti.
Shebnem needs to leave, so let's just give conversion.
Okay, thanks. I didn't want to, but so yesterday we had our session that was quite interesting in retrospect. I just want to put it there. We started our manifesto, and Omega is about finding the ethos of token engineering or defining it. And we were looking or shopping for research methods. We had Lydia, an anthropologist, peacemaker, a peace researcher coming in, and so on. And she gave us some insights. But then yesterday after this talk, after our starting of our manifesto, that was quite collaborative, where I just made notes of what people shared. It was super interesting to connect the dots with another inspiration we had, or I had from one of the participants in Token Engineering Academy, and they proposed this book, Nestor. Praise to him. We should invite him to TEC. Who Owns Poverty, and that basically is a really nice one that explains how they came up with this integral method of getting at something really hard like poverty, right? And that it's something that shouldn't be engineered. Solutions shouldn't be engineered. And in a way, I really feel that's also how we should be going about talking about ethics. We should really bring people who are in this, who might already feel the pressure of the trade-offs that they're making, or maybe not yet aware, but that they really come into this working group, that we create this focus group or make the working groups the focus group of finding the ethos and pinpointing what is token engineering ethics in a collaborative manner with the community, with the people who struggle, and capture the both subjective as well as objective, the individual, the collective, the systemic issues that, in which we will find, or we have found our ethos. That's kind of exciting, super non-linear process, but that might be also, on my plate. So I look forward that more and more people are participating and taking also active part in the working group. And I look forward that we learn about this research method together, and also the other initiative, bringing the common knowledge of token engineering together. It's moving on, and we most probably will have outreach to other communities. Like there's a real consilience project out there. Mensch, who's also participating today, going to connect us, hopefully. So it is taking shape. There is a method which is integral that will help us to move beyond the very pluralistic domain that we're at. All of these petals of the crypto economics flower, and so on. So I look forward. Yesterday was super interesting. I look forward to structure this better with the participants. And if you're a token engineer and feel the itch of making decisions, take the survey. That will help us to get more data to pinpoint the questions, but also join the group to actually be part of that sense making, and orienting around the ethical engineering in the token space. Thanks a lot, Mr. John. And I pass it to Zepti, Transparency Working Group.
Thanks, Asista. Yeah, on transparency, first things first, like for using the bot, make sure you have price powers, because we link like people with prices to people who can record, and use the commands on the record channel. Then this way we were working on adding some content on the Gatebook for the transparency. And we keep all updated, and Sean brings something super cool he was busy, maybe to follow the full process of the transparency, like uploading, doing the edits and blah blah blah. So he's like he's doing the recording, and since he have also powers to upload it, and it's awesome. So we can start to split and be on 2 places at the same time. And yeah, that's what's going on transparency. And I'll pass it to I believe it's Comms Working Group.
Thank you, Septi. Okay, I'll make this quick. I'm very proud of the meme that I made today, by the way. Okay, so we're running an extension of the vote. So we're going to be seeing more of this until Tuesday. Remember to drop by the content workshops. Actually, Sean sent me an idea that he had for an article in the blog. So please, if you have content ideas, come forward, and yeah, let's work them out together. The interview video, we're having like I think a final version by the beginning of next week. So make sure you come to our working group to check it out. We meet every Tuesday at 9 a.m. PST. And what else? We have a final script for our hatch animation animated spots. So please drop by issue number 55 if you have some input in that. And our hatch front-end text is almost done. Thanks to everyone that contributed. And that's it for comms. I'll pass it to Params.
Yeah, we got to be super quick so dOrg has time to present their awesome project. So I'm going to keep it super short. You guys know what's going on. Params is huge right now, and there's really all of these. If you want to educate yourself and be part of the first bottom-up economy that's ever been created in human history, then you really want to educate yourself at one of these Param parties. So there's many left. There's one at, oh no, it looks like that was just before this call. So we have 3 tomorrow and 2 on Monday, and the last one on Tuesday. Educate yourself and figure out what the hell is going on in these four proposals, and be part of the movement to take over the monarchist economic designs. We don't need those monarchies anymore. Democracy is a cool thing. Participatory economics. And with that, I'll pass it to Sam.
Thanks, Liv. Well, actually, this week we can announce that we have the release candidates of the applications of the hatch. So we are not going to, if everything goes well with the review, we are not going to change anymore the smart contracts, and the only things that are needed in the hatch right now are only cosmetic changes. So great. We also have these logos from Fiore, who made the last things, and yeah, the group is right now focusing on these last changes in the front end of the hatch, and also we are already working on the front end and the common upgrade of with the bonding curve, and yeah, we are already thinking on the next thing. Who's next?
Well, also there's a secret hatch demo if anyone wants to. Here's the link for it. Everyone was airdropped 1 million test die. So don't spend it all on this one though, because we have another just rehearsal that'll also use so you have $1 million. Don't spend it all. Don't blow your load on this hatch test. It's a secret test hatch. You don't have to participate, but you definitely, if you want to see what it's like to participate in the hatch and go through it, you can try it out right now. And with that, we have our spotlight. We have dOrg. Ori, are you here, Ori? Yeah, there you are.
I'm here. What's up, Griff?
Oh man, good to see you, man. We only have 5 minutes, so I'll let you just take it away.
Cool. 5 minutes. So we can go into I can do a quick overview of what dOrg's been up to. Yeah, the visuals will help. Hey, Olivia, good to see you. Good to see everyone else. And yeah, kind of give an update. So dOrg got started 2.5 years ago, spun out from the DAOstack ecosystem. we got funded by the Genesis DAO to build like a DAO creator. And then from there, turned ourselves into like a broader Web3 developer collective. And so all the funds from our client projects go into the DAO. And then we pay ourselves out through proposals based on the work that people contribute to the different client projects. And we also legally incorporated our DAO in Vermont about 2 years ago. And since that setup, we've kind of evolved a lot. We're a lot bigger than when we were like a group of 10 people using a DAO. Now we're around 60 people. And so everything's more federated and segmented. So there's also more incentives for the different parts of the organization because we need a constant flow of people joining the DAO, like different kinds of operators, engineers, designers, and then people sourcing projects. So we have incentives for everything, and I could show kind of a bit about that. Maybe I can screen share for a minute. Let's do that. Yeah, can you see this tab? Cool. So yeah, the general idea is that anyone who is a rep holder in a DAO is eligible to earn like a commission on bringing projects. And so that's one of like the main engines that drives forward like all of the projects that you see that we worked on, because we have like operatives out in the field just constantly talking to different projects that might need like our help developing and setting up those projects. So what goes into that? So someone will find a project, maybe like have a meeting with the client, form like an SOW, share details about the project with the rest of the DAO, assemble a builder squad of like qualified builders with experience level needed, and then submit a services agreement to the DAO to sign with the client. This is actually like a legal agreement that's legally binding that we can only enter into through the DAO approving it. So the client signs, the DAO signs, and now boom, we have like a project together. And so the incentive of the sourcing person is to make sure that the client stays happy and kind of like keeps paying, like let's say every 2 weeks or once a month for that development to continue. And then 80% of the funds that come in go to the team building. And so that team is responsible for divvying up the funds that come in based on the work that's being done. So in the simplest case, it could just be hourly. Like maybe the client's paying us for like 80 hours a week of development. And so the rate is 80% of what they're paying divided by like 80 hours, let's say, the hourly rate. And then 10% is kept by the DAO. And this is what grows the DAO's treasury. And this is the shared resources that all of DAO members actually participate in governing. And so we've used this money to spin out new developer tools that we find interesting, to fund like operations and growth. And another incentive that's not shown here is we have like incentive for recruiting. So anyone who like brings in a friend of theirs to DAO can earn up to like 10% of the first 50K that person earns. And so now we have like just basically a continuous stream of new people joining because everyone wants their friends to join, because as their friends join and earn money, they'll earn money. And it kind of keeps the quality good because you have no incentive to bring someone in who you don't think will be like getting onto projects and contributing very much, because they'll join and then they'll just be a member. They won't necessarily be earning. And so everything's very like results based and like flow based, and it like makes it so that we don't really have like arbitrary overhead. Like everything is very tight. Yeah, what else did I want to say there? Yeah, that's like the flow of payments. And like we're working on an app right now so that all of this can happen natively, so that we don't have to use like spreadsheets and different DAO apps. So like, oh yeah, the last thing I want to mention is how people actually join. So we have this like process called like activation challenge. So anyone who wants to join can submit like a project to the DAO, and as long as it has to like do something with DAOs and Web3 and kind of like shows off your skills, then the DAO just like votes on that, and that's how we accept new people. And so it's kind of like a work club. Like once someone's accepted, they're now like eligible to jump onto the projects that are coming through the pipeline. And the last thing I'll say is, okay, how does decision making power actually get distributed? Like what are the token economics here for governance? And so we just have a super simple algorithm, which is $1 earned equals 1 vote. So if your aggregate lifetime earnings your whole time at dOrg $6,500, you have 6,500 votes. Those are non-transferable. So in that way, it decentralizes over time. And if you're working full time and working a lot and like earning your entire income through dOrg, you're probably like retaining whatever % of the voting power you have, if not growing it. And if you decide to work on other stuff, you want to take a break, you leave, like your shares will stay the same. You'll stay allowed at like 6,500 REF, but your relative voting power in the organization will go down over time because REF is inflationary. As dollars are earned, tokens are minted to those people as voting power. And the voting power also yields you a shared airdrop. So like a lot of our clients send us tokens in addition to stable coins. So that's like the monetary value of reputation in the DAO. So you get a fraction of the airdrops that are coming in. And I'll leave it at that because I know it's 5 minutes.
No, that's great, Ori. Dude, thank you so much for coming and sorry for only giving you 5 minutes. We went a little long. We had too much fun for each other.